And as all of you know, it's very important when you ride the bike on racetrack, especially on racetrack, our body position, because we can improve the performance of our bike with our weight. For this reason, when you watch World Superbike riders, MotoGP riders on television, they touch the knee, they touch the elbow, they exaggerate the body position, because with our weight we can make the bike turn better. For this reason, take a look to these slides. Remember, when you are on the straight, stay close into the fairing. The bike will be more fast, but will be more stable. Even with a production bike like the 1299S, which one you will warm up this morning, following our out leader, is possible to cross easy the 300 km per hour on the end of the straight. So if you stay in touristic position, the wind push and the bike can move, so stay close into the fairing, and when you brake, extend your arm, put your weight behind, and then you can brake. When you commit in corner, move your body into the corner, the bike will turn better. Try to touch your knee, you can try to touch your elbow, but don't touch your helmets. It's not necessary, it's mandatory, don't touch the helmets, because into the helmets is the head and it's not good deal. So, it's very important where we look. Big mistake if we look in front of us, because bikes go where we look. So we must look far, and we must try to open our range of vision to have a better peripheral vision. And when you commit in corner, you must look not the front of the corner, the exit of the corner. If there is S's, you must look the second corner. And here in Mugello, there is full of S's. You can see here this beautiful picture. This is Casanova Savelli, then there is Arrabbiata 1, Arrabbiata 2. Probably is some of the most beautiful corner in the world. You will enjoy a lot, because the track will go down, up. You don't see where you go, but you will have a lot of adrenaline. Here in Mugello is a professional MotoGP racetrack. You can use the apex, so you can go on the apex, on the curb. There is good grip, but don't exaggerate, don't go out of the apex. It means the track is finished, so it's also designed with Italian flag color, green, white and red. You can use, but not more, after there is no grip. So, it's very important also find the braking point, because as I said, we will go fast, especially if you open all throttle. If you don't open, this bike don't open throttle, don't go fast. But if you open, the performance of all our bike, because even the 1299S have a lot of power. The Superleggera, it's impressive. The Superbike, as said Giovanni Cupi, this bike are the real Marco Melandri and Charles Davis bike. So, and the setup of the bike is not they cut some power. The setup of the bike are exactly, because I checked before yesterday, exactly how they ride. So you will try full spec world factory bike. And for this reason, you must know how act, how use throttle and brake. You must not be brutal with throttle and brake. Don't be too aggressive. You must, when you open the throttle, you must open the throttle in a smooth way, step by step. When you brake, first part of braking, you must be a little bit smooth, because the fork is all extend. If you are too aggressive, you have a quick weight transfer, and the bike can become unstable. Especially with Superbike, the brakes are more aggressive, because it's a race bike. So, take the feeling in the beginning, because yesterday I saw some guys, especially the guys with less experience, in the first braking, the bike moved too much because they was a little bit too aggressive. So remember, when you start braking, the fork is extend, first part of braking smooth, then you can be more aggressive. Remember also about rear brake. This is a question that many people that come in our school ask, may I use rear brake? It's mandatory use rear brake, because if it's not important, we don't put. You saw Ducati Superleggera, you own this bike, carbon wheel, carbon everywhere. If we can save money and weight, we don't put rear brake, because bike is even more light. If we put, there is a reason. and not only Ducati, I think also the other one put rear brake. Because, of course, most part of the braking comes from the front. For this reason, you have two big discs in the front and one small brake disc on the rear. But rear brake is very important for a better balance, because rear brake keep a part of the weight behind. If I use only front brake, I have a huge weight transfer all in the front, and I am unable to commit fast in corner. Using rear brake, the bike became more stable, have a better balance, and I can brake more aggressive with front and go more fast and more safe. This is Mugello racetrack. And who never be here in Mugello? Oh, this will be a fantastic experience for you. Probably it's one of the most beautiful tracks in the world. It's difficult because it's very wide and because go up and down. So you have some points that you don't know where you have to go. Here you are lucky because, as I saw before, these riders are really great champion and great instructor, so they can show you the correct line. Please follow their line. There is a sense if they stay outside, inside. Try to do the same thing and try to focus the track. Even if it is more than 5 kilometer track is long, it's very beautiful, and there is a track where you need a good ride on, because apart the long straight where MotoGP go more, here Ducati make more than 350 kilometers in the end, so it's very, very fast. But with the Superbike, if you are fast in last corner in Bucine and you make everything proper, you will have more than 320, 324, 325. It's important stay close into the fairing. Also when you start braking, because the windscrew of Superbike is high, so you have good protection. When you start braking, start close the throttle before go out, because the pressure of wind is quite impressive. So in this long straight, you must stay close to the pits, and when we go up, there is a small, it's not a corner, because it's only a small changement, but when you are more than 300 km/h, it's a corner. So, and it's also difficult because probably you see MotoGP race here, Dovizioso and also Lorenzo, couple of times, because this year is forbidden to have wings, and in this point was very important, because the bike also with the street bike you can make wheeling in 6 gears. It's nice, but you must remember use little bit the rear brake when you make wheeling, because if you make little bit too much, it's not a good deal in 6 gears. So it's important in these points you stay very close to the pits. When you go up, you can cross little bit the white paint, and then you move smooth, because in this point there is a little bump. You are in 6 gears, more than 300 km/h. You must know what you do, but it's easy. Follow the teacher, what they are doing, you can do. It's easy. In case if you have some doubt, close little bit the throttle. It's help. If you close the throttle, you don't make wheeling. You know this is, but it's very, very important. After you have a very strong braking, the first corner, San Donato corner, is second gear corner. Remember that Superbike have longer gear. So more or less you will use 1 gear less than with 1299 or Panigale. For example, the double right here, the 2 Arrabbiata, with 1299S and Superleggera is 4th gear corner. With the Superbike is 3rd gear, because I have a very longer first. The speed you can have with the Superbike in first is like the speed you can have with the other bike in second. So remember all this, that number of gear change a little bit. Respect the flag, but I wish no flag. Yesterday was a little bit rainy. We had a couple of times the yellow and red flag, because was some corner a little bit slippery. Today will be good, not too hot, not too cold. We make a cut like during the race, because Mugello is very long track, so we will make 2 laps, that will be 2.5 laps, so it's like 1 lap time. Then we come in, we cut the track here after Casanova. There is here, sorry. Here, it comes here, and we can come here in the pits. He is here behind because we gain time, because all of you are too much, but we are too much people, so the timing is very close. We must respect the time. So when finish the session, we don't make a complete lap, we cut. We follow the out leaders that show where you have to go. 2.5 lap with the 299S, 2.5 lap with the Superleggera, and then 2.5 fantastic lap with Superbike. So now I am done. Only one more time, remember, please don't crash. Yesterday your colleague was fantastic, we have no crash, because the problem we have only, since these are the real bike, we have only these two real bike. So in case of crash, there is all the factory team here of Superbikes that can rebuild the bike, but there is risk some of you don't test the bike. So Mr. Nash, remember, don't crash. So, was a pleasure. We wait you downstairs, and the first one, I think, in half an hour.